On this
Thank
episode,
you.
I will meet Helena Stamou, who's the co-founder of Swaplanet. Welcome, Helena.
Thank you very much for the invitation, Heather.
It's a pleasure having you here. And as a first question, I would like to know what's your favorite Greek food. I'm going to go for that.
Well, I like everything that is green. And well, horta, I will say, like
Horta.
greens.
Leafy greens. Perfect.
I live in green. I'm a vegetarian in the path to become a vegan, but I'm not stressed about it. It's
Perfect. So you can enjoy plenty of Greek tasty food, right?
yeah. I feel privileged and blessed living in Greece with such a fresh produce.
You just helped me very much. So you're currently living in Greece, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I would love to learn a little bit more about you. So where you currently are, a little bit about your background, and anything related to Swaplanet that makes sense for you.
Okay. Well, I was born and raised in Athens, Greece. I have made studies here in Greece and in the UK. So I've studied business administration, marketing, communications. And then I went in the UK, I studied the European Business and Technology and the Communications Masters. And 10 years ago, I decided to do the International MBA in the Athens University of Economic and Business. And something that I see a lot of people like, being surprised is when I tell them that I'm the seventh child of nine. Yes.
Oh, and that's
Yeah.
the funny story along the journey. Seventh child of nine
Yeah.
children.
Yes. Yes.
How
And
many
the second
brothers? How
thing,
many sisters?
it's almost equal now because one is dead, but we were five girls and four boys.
Wow,
So
what a proud
okay.
mother. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yes. And the second one is that when I tell them that I'm also an energy healer, so I'm trying to bring a new era in business. I think to
Mm.
combine the business skills with spirituality. So that's Elena.
That's very interesting, Ellen, and I believe it's extremely important that you're taking this direction. We also talked about it together in the past, and I find it very insightful. And on this point, I would love to know more about Swaplanet. How are you involved in it? When did it start? Some things about it.
Sure, sure. So, Swaplanet is the first circular online fashion platform for kids in Greece. We created along with two other co-founders, Serif
Mm-hmm.
Barakat and Jim Nicolaides. We found a problem that kids are growing fast, but not their clothes.
Mm,
So parents, they have high and recurring costs of buying stuff all the time.
correct.
Those stuff, they have short useful lives.
Mm.
So and there is no quick way of recovering the money spent, and they have overcluttered homes, and there is too much waste in landfills from the fashion industry. So there is a massive CO2 and water footprints. So Swap Planet is like the single platform where parents can swap everything they no longer need for everything they do. So
Mm.
they declutter their homes, they earn credit in our electronic currency, which is planets. I will explain immediately. They shop from a huge brand and product range, and it is a curated site. We handle everything. And our goal, and that's why we created Swap Planet, is to reduce their carbon and water footprint. So there is minimum time and effort, and they do that without even leaving their homes. So that's it. And may I mention our impact, because this is
Yeah, I would.
really
Yes, I would love to.
important for
Yeah,
us.
yeah, I would love to understand more about it.
So up to now, we have sold 20,000 items or more, and we have saved 24 million liters of water, which is the equivalent of monthly consumption of 2,200 households. And we have saved 140,000 kilos of CO2, which is the equivalent of 6,400 mature trees, or driving 1.5 times around the moon.
Elena, these are extremely insightful information, and at this point, I would like to ask you, if you didn't tell me, when did this venture start?
Well, we started in July 2021. And after that, we had a very quick growth.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And we provided services to customers that they really wanted. We made a survey before that. And up to now, we have 12,000 signups. So a lot of people are interested in our services,
Mm-hmm.
and 2,000 customers that they have completed the whole journey.
So,
Um,
so I understand that customer retention is relatively good for your standards, considering that you have started in 2021, right?
Yeah, yeah. We are very happy for the turnout, let's say. But in the customers, they need to do some few steps. So some
Yes.
of the customers, they really need some time. For example, they need all our inventory is coming from parents, so they need to send us clothes. So we
Mm,
have parents that have sent clothes and got their credit.
yeah.
We have parents that they haven't sent clothes, but they made the purchase, so they know how the service works. And then we have parents in between. So we are relatively happy about the turnout, but
Yeah.
of course we need to have a lot more full paid customers and to complete the process. We have 17% month on month growth. So
Right.
we're getting there.
Yes, of course. And may I ask a question, because I'm not sure I understand. So the way it works is that, let's say that I'm a parent, I'm sending a piece of clothing to you, and
Mhm.
you have an inventory where you take care of the clothes and you pack them and you send them to another parent that has asked for this or has purchased, right? This piece of
Okay,
clothing, right?
let me make it clear.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
yeah, all parents, they need to create an account in our
Right.
platform. Once they create the account, immediately they get a credit of 75 planets. What are the planets? The planets are our electronic currency in order for them to be able to access very low prices in swapping. So they first they make an order, so they see what actually we have in our platform and our inventory.
Yes, yes, yes.
Then when they receive the order, then they have a box or a bag, and they put everything that they no longer need inside, and they send it to us for free. So for free for them.
Yeah.
So the clothes are coming to our offices. We sort them one by one, so we curate everything very strictly. And for the items that we accept, they win again. They earn credit in planets. So they earn in their electronic wallet. And with that currency, they go back to the shop, and then they have items, clothes, shoes, and books.
Mm-hmm.
And shortly we will put more items like
Mm-hmm.
toys.
Yeah, I was gonna
Each
ask about the products.
uh,
Yeah, perfect.
So each item, it has a combined price. It has
Mm-hmm.
a price, let's say, of, for example, 10 euros.
Mm-hmm.
But ten euros is split in, let's say, 6 or 7 planets,
Mm-hmm.
and 3 euros for the service.
Yeah.
And the service is covering all our operations, transportations, whatever is involved, the
Of course, you
marketing.
need to make some revenue, right?
Right. So
Okay.
it's that simple. Like it's really, really simple for parents, and they don't have to do anything else. Like they don't need to upload anything. They don't need to go somewhere. They do it from the comfort of their homes.
Yeah, I totally understand. And at this point, I would like to ask, it's you told me that it's not only clothes. You
Mhm.
also have books, you have children's toys. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
For the moment, no. We have clothes, shoes,
Shoes.
and books.
Yeah.
Shortly, we're going to put toys. We have a pilot program this summer. But then we would like to include more items with short useful life. So everything that the
Mm.
child or the family is using during this period from 0 to 14 years old, we would like at some point to include them in our platform.
Which makes perfect sense because, for example, uh, baby stuff like I'm not sure of the way they're called in English, but if you understand what I'm saying, I mean some equipment that parents use for the first, let's say, 3 years of the child's life, then they have no more use, and they're not broken. Plus, they're super expensive.
Yeah, that
They're
is
super expensive, and
yes.
since they're usually plastic or inox, they 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 don't get broken, and they don't, and they just end up in the landfill. And I completely understand. So this is kids apparel is a big market, right? So could you please give me some numbers with regards to the market that you're
Mhm,
getting in? How does it look? Is
of
it
course.
stable? Is it growing?
Okay, okay. First of all, I need to say that the parents, they save up to 90% compared to the retail prices in the market when they
Yeah.
use our platform. So our goal is for them to first come to our platform, check if they find what they need, and then go and find it, okay, in in retail.
Mm-hmm.
So the market is huge, to answer your question. If we combine the kids apparel in Europe, which is 36 billion, plus 22 billion children's toys, plus 4 billion children's books, we have 62 billion in Europe. And the second-hand industry is currently at 5%, so it's 3 billion, but it's growing so fast, yearly, the annual compound growth rate is 25%, which is twice as fast, growing faster than fast fashion
Yeah.
by 2030.
Yeah.
And globally, it's 190 billion in this year, 2023, and it's going to be 320 billion by 27. And we have some unicorns already in the second-hand market, like Vinted, ThreadUp, Vestiaire Collective, and Etsy. So there is huge market.
This sounds very promising. And you told me projections and numbers for the future, so thank you for that.
Mhm.
So I would like to know, um, do you feel that you could make a significant return if everything goes smoothly? When do you see that happening? Um, what are the challenges? You told me something about, and I understand something about seasonality. So could you share this with me?
Mhm, mhm. First of all, we believe in our company. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
We have a very ambitious plan of expanding to more countries. We will be in 8 countries by 2026. Like we're planning to go to create a hub in Belgium and next year, and then from then on
Good luck with
in two
that.
countries. Yeah, in 2 countries every year. So yes, there is a plan to expand, and we believe we can do it. We are in the right time, in the right place, and
Mhm.
we have a product that millions of parents, everyone who has a kid, they can use it.
Yeah, so with the, let's say that I asked you, where do you see it in 5 years?
Mhm.
2024, for example, how many countries are you planning
Mhm.
on
Okay,
having
okay.
expanded to?
Yeah, yeah. So for 20 for next year, we are creating a hub in Belgium
Mm-hmm.
in order to serve the markets of France, Belgium, and Netherlands.
Yeah.
And then we're creating another hub in Poland to serve Poland and Germany,
Mm.
and then Italy and Spain. And by 2027, we go to even bigger markets like Egypt and Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
So our forecasted revenue for 2026 is 23 millions.
Mm. I understand. Okay, thank you
Mhm.
very much for sharing that. I asked you something before about seasonality. We talked about it last
Yeah.
time. Can you please share a little bit more about it?
Yeah. Initially when we started, okay, we had no track record or data about the behavior of
Yeah,
parents. And then when we completed, okay, one full financial year, we understood that at some points the there is a seasonality. Like there is a back to school season, there is
yeah,
Christmas, there is
yeah,
Easter.
yeah.
Okay, there is a little bit of lower reduced numbers in the summer. So initially we couldn't assess the this seasonality, so we didn't know
Yeah.
whether it was something that we were doing or it was the market. Now that we are aware of it, we plan our campaigns and our email marketing with the customers, and
Yeah.
we talk with them all the time, so that we have a constant monthly revenue, and we don't see so big changes anymore.
Understood. Understood. That's good. And it makes sense that it takes time that you understand something that you haven't been um closer to with regards to parenting, etc. What I mean is that you need to get closer to the customer, understand their needs, and understand their feedback. And at this point, before we dive a little deeper in the business model, I would like to know from the feedback that you get from the customers,
Mhm,
is there something that they find hard in this procedure? Because I understand that it's a pretty straightforward procedure.
mhm.
I mean, the steps are very simple. You make it very easy for the parents. It doesn't seem that there's anything that could be hard for them to understand or complete. But is there anything from their feedback that seems that is hard to operate with?
Well, in the beginning, it was the system with planets was very new.
Mm,
Like
yeah,
we needed to explain again and again how the planets they were working.
yeah,
But to it was like very convenient once they grasp the concept that
yeah,
they're getting something.
yeah,
Once
yeah.
they give clothes or shoes or books, etc. It was very easy for them. So
Great.
and initially in our MVP, we had some limitations in the way that we could communicate the system, so they couldn't see all the data. But
Mm,
now everything is very clear. They know
mhm.
exactly how many planets they have, when they spend them. We have a loyalty program. Um, it's really easy. Like in let's say in 5-10 minutes, they have created an account. They have made the purchase. They see we have 20,000 items in the platform, so they see
20,000
everything
items.
is clear. So no issues for them. Maybe in the beginning, yes, and we communicated with customers all the time.
Yeah.
We are
So
really personal communication with them.
the reason why I'm asking is because I understand that user experience and customer support is extremely important, especially if they're doing the first step. So
Yeah.
right now they are doing the first step to send the clothes to you, get the planets, da 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 da. So that's why I'm asking. But it seems like a very curated process where all of the steps are managed by you, which is probably the whole challenge in this: the inventory, taking care of the clothes, being there for the customer support at any time, understanding that clothes might come damaged at some points, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, this is what I wanted to mention to you that if we compare the return rates of the online industry and our rates, we have like one digit number returns. We make it so easy for them. Like whatever is happening, we accept all the returns for free. We give them options, getting your money back, getting something else, getting a coupon. So we don't see the like the downsides of the returns of the online industry. Usually they have like big
It's a high
rates.
cost, it's a high cost
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, yeah. So for us, this is not the case. Like we have built trust with our clients. They fully trust us. We have very high rates in Trustpilot, in Google, in any review that we get.
Yeah.
And we want to make it easy for parents. Parents, they don't have time to search and go back and forth, so they want something that is super super easy, and this is what we are offering.
Great. Thank you so much. So I'm very curious and I want to dive a little deeper in the business model. So I need to understand in very plain words, how do you make money and how do you told me about the sustainability and the scalability of the business model, but as you understand, I would like to ask you more about how are you planning on keeping to make money in the future and how do you currently make money? So I know the process, but tell me a little bit more about it before we dive into the competition.
Okay, so as I explained, in order for parents to swap and buy new items, the next items that they need to pay a small euro amount
Mm,
alongside with their planets.
mm,
So this euro amount is covering all the costs for sorting, laundry, packaging, shipping, marketing, whatever we are doing. And currently we have a gross margin of 28%, but
mhm,
our target is to reach 54%. And our LTV is currently with first cohort that we have studied in our company, it's 55 euros. But the target is 120 euros, and in 5 years to go to 600 euros. This is the assumption that parents with young kids, they will stay with us for more than 3 years. So we have items from 0 to 14. So once they get to know the platform and they see the benefit and they get this whole experience, they will stay for a lot of years. And also we have a very healthy LTV to CAC ratio, which is currently 9.5 times, and our target is to go to 30 times. So these are the numbers, and this is how we are
okay,
making money. Currently, I want to add that we have treated more than 100,000 unique items, and out of and currently and the gross merchandise value of them, it was more than 200,000 euros, and the total revenue that we have so far, it's 90,000 euros. So yeah,
it,
it's a growing process.
it's a growing process. I understand, and thank you for sharing these numbers. I wanted to make sure that I understand. There's a subscription model. Do you get monthly paid? I think I missed this information.
Mhm.
Could you please
Okay.
explain this to me?
Okay. No, currently we don't have a subscription model. The parents, they sign up for free, and on top of that they get something. They get 75
The planets.
planets plus 20% off from the first purchase. So we wanted to create something which is win-win for everyone,
Yeah.
for the parents, for us, for the planet, for kids, for NGOs. I didn't mention that the clothes that we don't upload, we are distributing them to charities and NGOs. So everybody wins.
That's a great initiative and it shows your impact. Thank you. So, okay, what is your advantage to other companies? Let's say I want to do that. Let's say there not let's say there's definitely other companies out there doing the same thing, many marketplaces, and the competition is not only direct, it's also indirect from other industries. So, how do you differ from the competition? And please let me know of everything I should know.
Of course, of course. There are a lot of solutions, but none of the solutions is directly compared to ours. We are not a marketplace. In a marketplace, parents, they need to upload 30, 40 small items, negotiate, etc., with other parents, then see how they get paid, etc. None of this is happening to ours. When the competitive advantage we have, it's our backend software that we have built, and it's tailor made to our needs. Our pricing formula, which ensures that whatever they see in the market, we are always cheaper than the retail shops. I told you that we have up to 90% cheaper prices than retail market. The planet system, that it's giving immediately some credit to the parent. In other solutions like consignment, they need to wait until the product is sold, or they get a fraction of the amount that they have spent, and then somebody else is making a lot of margins. And the biggest of all is our operations model, because it's operations heavy. It helps us to deal with huge volumes of unique items. I told you that we have more than 100,000 unique items and SKUs. So the infrastructure that we have built it, um, it's very difficult for someone to replicate immediately. So we
Replicate.
have the first mover advantage. We handle everything. We have already built the inventory, so that was time consuming for us. So the next company that would like to do that, they need, okay, to have the financial resources uh, to do it. So we believe, and also the way we are conducting business, like we are very close to the clients. We talk to them on a daily basis. We are not like an impersonal company. We have a mission. They believe in our mission, and that's why they're there.
Great. So I understand that technically there's nothing preventing other startups or companies being in the same industry and fighting for the same clients, but you have created a set of operations and infrastructure that suggests that what you do is super customer friendly and user experience friendly. Thus, it's not easily replicable. So I would like to ask some numbers with regards to your financials. You told me many things with numbers, so I'm just going to ask, when do you feel you're going to break even?
Well, our our plan is the following. We want to scale up very fast and become attractive for attractive enough for some big players in the market,
Yeah.
and in the second-hand sector, and at some point, exit the company.
Mm.
Um, we are in a, as I told you, in a growing
Yeah.
stage, like 17% month-on-month growth, and by 2026 we will have more than 200,000 customers and 23 millions of revenue. So in Greece, we are going to break even early 2024,
Hmm.
and then we are moving on to other countries.
Perfect. Great. Okay. So, what would you like to share with me about your funding currently? Are you raising?
Mhm.
How? Why?
First of all, I need to mention that we have a very good and very supportive network of investors.
Mm.
We have Genesis, which is our VC.
Genesis Ventures.
Uh, yes, Genesis Ventures. Also, we have Helena Foundations. And
Great.
then we have angels. We have the Hellenic Association of Angel Investors, HEBAN.
Heban.
We have Acacia, which is angels from Egypt, and many private angels. And we thank them very much for the support they have given us so far, and for believing in us and in our impact, because we need people that not only are looking for results, financial results, but also for
Yeah.
impact results. Currently, we are in a fundraising mode for our next move. As I explained, we want to go to Belgium, France, and Netherlands and create a hub. So we are fundraising for the next country.
Mm-hmm.
The amount is 2 million euros to expand this to finance this
Mm-hmm.
expansion, and the use of funds will be in marketing and branding, operations, key hires, and capex and contingency. So
Great. So what is the valuations which VCs have invested in? And you told me that this, and what's the strategy to get a return on these investments?
mhm. Okay, so the last fundraising we did, it was a bridge round, and it was the valuation was around 3.5 million. For the next fundraising, we haven't set the exact valuation. This
Mm-hmm.
needs to be determined.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have, okay, some time to do it. And
Of course.
the exit strategy is for us to grow as per our projections and then become attractive for bigger players. So this is the plan.
Yeah, and it
We have,
makes perfect sense, and I understand that you have created with your team a bundle of people who know how to deal with the operations and the management, the financials. And at this point, I would love to know a little bit more about who you guys are, how many people are in the team, and which field you come from.
okay. So the company started with three co-founders. It's Serif Barakat, who's our CEO and CFO and COO. He has too many hats. Serif has experience both in operations and in finance. So he used to be responsible in an operations plant in Canada,
Hmm.
and also he's an ex EBRD person, so he knows his finances very well. And he has experience of more than 15 years. And we have Jimmy Nikolaidis, who's and both they're engineers. And Jimmy has experience in e-commerce and startups from Dubai. He had built another startup that was saving horses' lives
Mm.
by printing 3D horseshoes. So we're very happy to have him
Wow,
in
wow,
our
that's
team.
extremely
Yeah.
interesting. Wow.
Yeah. And also, and of course, it's me that I didn't mention my experience. I have
Yeah,
more than 20 years experience in management,
yeah,
marketing,
no, yeah.
B2B business. I'm specialized in kids programs, and I'm the co-founder and head of brand and engagement in our company.
Yeah,
So we
could you please
complementary skills.
yeah,
Yeah.
could you share like a couple of things about your roles, because I missed some parts. So you are currently co-founder and responsible for.
Brand communications and engagement.
Perfect. And
Jimmy,
Jimmy?
he's head of e-commerce and acting CTO.
Great.
And Sharif, he's our CEO, CFO, and COO.
Great. So I understand that you have a very strong base with regards to management and finance and operations. And uh, I couldn't but wish you the best of luck. I believe and I see that there's a great forecasted impact within the next years. And at some point in the future, you can share more about that upcoming impact. And please wrap it up the way you want. Tell us anything you feel that you should share.
Okay, I would like to say that the second-hand industry is not a trend; is a trend that is here to stay. So more and more people are adopting those sustainable habits, and this is the new generations. This is the only way they see in reserving and preserving our planet's resources. Our impact at the moment, I mentioned earlier that it's the equivalent of reducing CO2 and the equivalent of driving one and a half times around the moon.
Yeah.
I believe that by 2026 or 27, we will have increase this number in more than 10 times. And I'm very optimistic and hopeful. So this is my message, like to all investors, that they would start investing more in companies that they do have an impact in this world.
course, of course, and this is of extreme importance, as we're not alone on this planet, and we should all make sure to drive towards a sustainable future and preserve what we have, because it's what we live from. So, Elena, it was such a pleasure. Both times we spoke, I had an amazing time with you, and I cannot but suggest that you are currently on an amazing path towards success, and it's a great innovative idea, the one that you had, and it's only going to get better as time goes by. I believe that, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much for inviting me. And also, I wish you the best in your podcast. And thank you for giving the platform for people like me and others to present their companies and connect with other similar, like minded people around the world.
Exactly. So let's create a very solid and strong network, and let everyone help each other the way they can. So hope to see you soon, achieving your goals, and I cannot wait to learn more about Swaplanet. So it was a pleasure, Helena. Have
Thank
a
you so
great one.
much.
Have a good one. Bye.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye bye.